Warning. The following program contains material which may be offensive to some viewers or may be inappropriate for viewing by children. The living god, Amun-Ra, alone is responsible. Featuring Lord Bacchus as the quantum mechanic, with James Kirk as the professor. For the living god, Amun-Ra, and Lord Bacchus's hour of complete giant druid!
Fine. We're going to be editing this substantially, right? So,
introduce yourself, Kirk.
I'm Kirk.
And this is Robert.
Hello, Robert.
And we
really? I think sincerely apologize, children. The Skywalker paradigm has been canceled. In its place, apparently, it would be the Guano Loco Insanity Hour, which may or may not actually be an hour. Damn it.
That has a meaning.
Yeah, unfortunately. Well, think about it.
Yeah, you just give it all away. It's something to ponder. It's a little riddle.
About halfway to work, I wake up. And then I start asking myself serious questions when I wake up.
So this is after you've woken up already once in the dream.
Right.
So
oh, yes.
Okay. I think I follow.
Surely I'm awake right now.
Mm-hmm. This time it's real.
And this time it's real. Also, I'll go through about half of a day, and then I'll wake up.
Muhammad Ali said he didn't know if he was a butterfly dreaming he was a bee or a bee dreaming he was a butterfly.
You won't believe what happened.
People have caught this disease then from you.
It seems to be a transmutable virus, and it's transmutable by way of telling someone about it.
So once they're aware of it, it seeps into the unconscious mind.
No, I had a dream. The apocalypse had happened, and humanity had been wiped out. There are dinosaurs everywhere for some god-awful reason.
Dinosaurs?
Dinosaurs. Big ones everywhere.
Those are scary dreams.
Yeah.
Dinosaur dreams.
Anyway, I woke up and I was in a submarine. And it was like, why the hell am I in a submarine? It was like, and my mom opened the door to the submarine, came in, and she was like, well, we're survivors. We made it into the submarine. That's why we're alive. And it was like, oh my God, it's real. Everyone's dead.
That moment of elation, though, when you wake up from a dream like
dead.
that.
Boy, all my enemies were vanquished.
Well, have you ever heard of the cordyceps mushroom? I mean, this is this mushroom that transmutes itself by infecting healthy ants, and they don't seem to have a problem when they've been infected. But
by transmute, you mean?
So now this
mushroom?
fungus has infected the ant. It's now a part of the ant system, and what the ant starts to do, it starts to climb stalks of grass. And when the other ants see this ant do it, they'll do their damnedest to get this ant out of the colony as fast as possible.
So the ants know
that this ant has been infected.
So is that?
And so would they? You said they try to climb grass.
So they try to climb these blades of grass, and when they do, the mushroom spore, after a period of time, will just come forth from the head of the ant. It's become so infected, and this is how the mushroom transmutes itself. If this ant is around the other ants, it will infect the whole colony with this cordyceps mushroom disease. This disease that causes these animals to act in a way that they don't normally ever act in, but they are.
But it's just them leaving society and desperately trying to get high.
Yeah.
Do you know where these ants live? Are they? Well, I mean, is that not a relevant question? I think that's very relevant. Are these in North America? Do I need to be concerned? You're not trying to climb grass. You're trying desperately to get on television, uncontrollably.
And tell as many people as I possibly can.
It sounds terrifying. It sounds like that one episode of Star Trek Next Generation, was that season 6, where Riker was practicing for the play. And he was going to have the play that...
I thought you were going to say the one where Riker, and he gets that game with the glasses.
Oh,
and he
the
has
game
to,
from Ryza?
He has to say, everyone try out this game.
No, that was a Wesley Crusher-centric episode.
Was that a Crusher?
Frame mind.
Now, I don't like this bit. I just want to come out and say... I feel like...
The thing is, we all played Oregon Trail in elementary school. Did you?
I did play, but I totally sucked at it.
Okay.
I mean, I never made it past, the river.
Really?
Ever. Never once. I think maybe by my frustrations and failures in the Oregon Trail game made me almost unconsciously driven to rectify that by moving out here in real life. But
interesting.
Yes.
Did you drive from the Dalles, or did you caulk your car and float it down the Columbia?
So did you play Oregon Trail in elementary school?
Yeah.
On what sort of computer?
Well, I think I may have started playing on an 8088, but probably an Apple IIe. Thank you, Ronald Reagan.
Awesome.
Was Reagan behind that?
Computer in every school that I went to when I was a kid, every computer was from the Reagan era. So, you know what irritated me? You couldn't hunt the oxen for meat.
What
happens when you get to Portland?
Jack, we're not there yet, though. Because I'm curious, because I could never get past the river. I've got a funny feeling that James beat the game many times.
Why?
Do you know what dysentery actually means? You know, Timmy died of dysentery. That means he shit himself to death. It's true. I mean, yeah, no, I played number crunchers all the time, and that didn't influence any of my desire to become a computer engineer. Did it? I mean, were you? I mean, wait.
Yeah, and where in the world is Carmen Sandiego hasn't made me completely compulsively travel all over the place? I mean...
the game designers that made it, what was their purpose?
Well, it was originally training. It was, I mean, that program in of itself, that game, monochrome monitors, and it would always be in that room of the schoolhouse with no windows and fluorescent lights, and everyone just staring at those screens. And I think that the Reagan administration specifically was training people to be down in bunkers launching missiles.
Missile radar, missile detection.
Yeah, absolutely.
Those bourgeois swine. Sorry. Can we edit that out?
And now,
if you're watching this on the internet or our satellite feed, please do not come out here. There are no jobs.
Which actually is relevant, because if you don't have a job in town here, you do end up playing the Oregon Trail.
I mean, when, like, Snickers comes out with a brand new caffeinated Snicker bar,
What?
it exists. If there's a city in this country that it's easier to get a hold of drugs, I would like to know exactly.
And as we heard before, you're only, what, 3 meals? Three spinach salads away from...
revolution.
I think that we're breaking a story. That's not just my paranoid schizophrenia talking. I think we're breaking.
No,
that's
I
talking too. You don't want to know what it's saying to me.
Now we know how to incite the revolution. All we have to do is make sure a supply line is cut off. Make sure that some certain amount of food
I have to interject here. No, I mean, we don't actually want to cause the U.S.
you
government.
Might not want to
Absolutely,
cause
I don't.
I don't want it to be violent.
Well, we'll just narrowly skirt by the edges of the First Amendment there. Jurisprudence.
Yes, and everything that we wanted to film.
And could we go to a clip of some fields that are clearly faked with I want people to see the truth.
I'm not sure what you want.
That is a hard act to follow.
Hard act to follow.
Now, I think that those crystals were a metaphor for methamphetamines in our society.
That is not true.
Okay, what was the clip about? I fell asleep while we were watching it. Can someone clue me in?
I don't know about the glitch report. This is you. That's all you. None of us ever talk about that.
You're the only one who thinks that things that you see are not in fact real.
What do you want to say? Actually, let's do it. Hey, so there's this guy we know. He's totally nuts, and he thinks that he is a determining factor in what's actually going on in reality. Come on, Jack.
Yeah, welcome. I don't want to be associated with this.
Lucky.
Long live the U.S. government.
Well, you may have heard of game theory, but I'm not talking about those snobs down at the Rand Corporation.
Think tank? I mean, is that like what is that, Warhammer?
Yeah, it's a special upgrade that you get. Talking about the basic idea of applying or trying to observe game mechanics in perceivable reality. If they apply to like game mechanics in
Did you say game mechanics?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
Game mechanics. So the mechanics of gaming.
Talking about game mechanics?
Yes, tonight on Gay Mechanics.
I think that Gadget from not Power Rangers, Chippendale's Rescue Rangers, was in fact a gay mechanic.
Was a gay mechanic.
Yeah.
Ooh, really? Because I should call her that.
Why, you have a card problem? What, your car's going...
It makes that noise.
sound?
It makes that noise. So yes, looking at reality, looking for things like NPC behavior, non-player characters, incomplete programming.
I found a quarter, and I thought it was a quarter, and I pulled it up, and it had, like, a duck on it.
Is it okay if I drink on it?
Bird was the eagle, so, and it had, like, French.
It was actually
Really freaking me out.
it was actually a duck on there and had French on the coin.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think that's a quarter.
Well, yeah. I don't think it's a quarter anymore. But I'm saying it was obviously meant to be a quarter, and it was a misprint.
All right. Well, I'll talk about my freaky theories about the nature of reality later. Then
Do you want to get Robert back out here?
Yeah, we'll get Robert back out here and commenting on it. So.
Oregon Trail is delicious, and I love it.
Computer games. So we're discounting the Nintendo in school, part of the state curriculum.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean,
I just figured that out. The Fugitive, who has just shown up as you know, the only vegan on the terrorist most wanted list. His last name, San Diego.
No.
He's on the lab.
Yeah, no, it's his first name.
I doesn't matter. I mean, San Diego's going to be in this world.
If you were going to have to play, if you were given the decision, hypothetically, you were going to have to play either Carmen San Diego or Oregon Trail for like a month, which would you choose to play?
I would play Carmen San Diego. I would learn a lot more. At the end of the month, I would know geography. Instead of playing a month of Oregon Trail and...
Can you go overseas in Carmen San Diego?
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
it's where in the
where
world.
in the U.S. is Carmen San Diego is a different game.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But,
So where in the world? Oh,
was the main one, and
Where in
so
the world
it
is
is a
Carmen
world
San Diego,
geography
right.
game, which is probably why I would prefer to play Oregon Trail, because I was better at hunting deer in a video game scenario than I was remembering what the capital of Belize was. So
was it called Burma or Myanmar in the game?
Burma is not the capital of Belize.
No.
The island at the confluence is Savi's Island, which is the largest river-locked island in the world.
No.
Yes. So far as Wikipedia is concerned, yes.
wow,
Good enough for me. Jeez. So there's people living on it.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you'd expect that if it's the biggest river-locked island.
It's amazingly fertile. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, you get all that sediment and like fresh soil. That's
we don't have time for your ridiculous theories about the sun and the moon being the same object.
Wait, is this like meta humor? I mean, we do have time for your theories, don't we?
Not all of them.
It doesn't work.
Is the theory about the moon that the moon, I can't remember, was it that the moon was a giant light bulb that the lens had to be replaced, and that's what a lunar eclipse was? You had to, that's what the moon stopped being illuminated while they replaced the lens? Or was it that the moon and the sun were the same object, or was it both?
Same object, but the lens thing did come up.
Okay, so they're the same object, but on eclipse nights, they have to change the lens. In a solar eclipse, I presume, then, as well, they're...
Japan, they have no mythology of the man in the moon. They don't see a face in the moon.
Is that true?
It's true. They see a rabbit making mochi.
The mochi,
I see the rabbit in the moon.
the ice
before.
cream?
Well, not necessarily ice cream. Ice cream is more a Western thing. I mean,
Right. That's good stuff.
it's absolutely delicious. Especially Angry Panda brand.
They see a rabbit in the moon, and that's because of some cultural underpinning that I don't understand, or
Pandas are Chinese. My comment makes no sense.
the miracle of editing.
Anything else I should say as the living God Amun Ra? No, I don't think the helmet would help.
Reagan administration specifically.
Yeah, Reagan definitely had something to do with this. Is it beneficence or is it just Reaganomics?
Exactly.
Is this Reagan again?